Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Gurmala Kapoor with the midday news. The headlines. Supreme Court delivers unanimous verdict on Ayodhya issue, handing over disputed land to a trust by the Centre for Temple Construction. Sunni Waqf Board to be given 5 acres of alternate land. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the decision will strengthen people's faith in the judicial process. Integrated checkpost of Kartarpur corridor inaugurated by the Prime Minister at Dera Nanak in Punjab. And coastal districts of Odisha and West Bengal battered by heavy rain due to Cyclone Bulbul. The Supreme Court today delivered a historic unanimous verdict in the Ayodhya land dispute case. Pronouncing the judgment, the 5-member Constitution bench headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi ordered the centre to formulate a scheme within 3 to 4 months to set up a trust. The disputed site at Ayodhya is to be handed over to the trust for construction of a temple. The Apex Court ordered that the Sunni Waqf Board be given 5 acres of alternate land. It dismissed the pleas of the Nirmohi Akhada and the Shia Board. Our correspondent has the details.
The Supreme Court in this landmark decision ruled that the disputed land in Ayodhya will be handed over to the centre. A trust will be formed within 3 months to expedite the process of temple construction. It has directed the centre and Uttar Pradesh government to allot an alternate 5-acre land to the Muslims at a prominent place to build a mosque. The Apex Court granted the entire 2.77 acre of disputed land in Ayodhya to deity Ram Lala. The Supreme Court dismissed the plea of Nirmohi Akhada, which was seeking control of the entire disputed land. The court said the underlying structure below the disputed site at Ayodhya was not an Islamic structure, but the demolition was a violation of law. Sobhagyakar, Air News, Delhi.
Our correspondent reports about the courtroom atmosphere when millions were awaiting the landmark decision.
As the Supreme Court prepared to deliver its verdict in the Ayodhya land dispute case, lawyers in huge numbers flocked to the courtroom number 1. Despite the jam-packed courtroom, there was a pin-drop silence inside. Representatives of all the 3 parties were present in the courtroom. Senior advocates Rajiv Dhawan and K. Parasaran were seen in bonhomie in the courtroom. CJI Ranjan Gogoi asked the lawyers and media person to maintain silence. No photography was allowed during the verdict. The huge rush of lawyers created some difficulties for security personnel at the 3 entry gates and the courtroom in checking the passes and accreditation cards of scribes and lawyers. Anuja Bhardwajan, AIR News.
Our correspondent takes a look at the background of the Ayodhya land dispute case.
A 5-judge constitution bench, presided by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, started the day-to-day hearing of the Ayodhya land dispute case on 6th August this year after mediation between the claimants failed. The bench regularly took up daily hearings of the case for 40 days. On 16th October, the court reserved its judgment. The 3 prominent parties of this dispute are the Hindu Mahasabha, Nirmohi Akhada and the Muslim Waqf Board. Suparna Sekia, AIR News, Delhi.
Reacting to the Supreme Court judgment, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board today said it respects the verdict of the Supreme Court but is not satisfied with the judgment. The board observed that some parts of the judgment are very important for the secular fabric of the country. Talking to media, Secretary of the Board Zafar Yab Jilani appealed to the people to maintain peace and tranquility. He said the board will take a decision on filing a review petition after examining the judgment. Iqbal Ansari, one of the litigants in the Ayodhya case, said he is happy that the Apex Court has finally delivered a verdict. He said he respects the judgment of the court. Nirmohi Akhada spokesman Kartik Chopra said the Akhada is grateful that the Supreme Court has given it adequate representation in the trust to be set up by the centre to build and manage the Ram temple. Reacting to the verdict, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said the Supreme Court's decision will strengthen the people's faith in the judicial process. In a message, the Prime Minister said this verdict should not be taken as a victory nor defeat of anyone. He appealed to the people to maintain peace, harmony and unity. He stated that this decision of the Supreme Court is important for several reasons. It shows the importance of following the legal process in resolving a dispute. Several union ministers have welcomed the Supreme Court verdict. In a tweet, Home Minister Amit Shah appealed to the people of all communities and religions to accept the decision with ease and remain committed to peace and harmony and to pledge of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said it is a landmark judgment which should be accepted by all with humility. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar today said the judgment of the Supreme Court on Ayodhya is historic, balanced and judicious. The Congress Party in a statement appealed to all concerned parties and communities to abide by the secular values and spirit of fraternity enshrined in the Indian Constitution. Among other prominent leaders who have appealed for peace and calm include Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Speaking to reporters in New Delhi, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Dr. Mohan Bhagwat said the Supreme Court has delivered a historic judgment which should not be seen as anybody's victory nor loss. He said people should now forget the disputes of the past and work together to build the Ram Temple. Varun Kumar Sinha, lawyer of the Hindu Mahasabha, says with this judgment the Supreme Court has given the message of unity in diversity. Spiritual leader Sri Sri Ravi Shankar said the Ayodhya verdict has brought joy and relief to people of both communities.
दोनों समुदायों के लिए इसे सौहार्द और शांति और न्यायपूर्ण तरीके से ये हुआ है, तो सबको इसको स्वागत करना चाहिए। मैं पूरी दिल से इस फैसले को स्वागत करता हूँ, इस निर्णय को स्वागत करता हूँ। अब देश की जनता सांप्रदायिक सौहार्द को बनाए रखे।
In Uttar Pradesh, the Sunni Central Waqf Board has welcomed the Supreme Court decision. Talking to AIR, President of the Sunni Central Waqf Board, Zafar Farooqi, said they welcome the Supreme Court decision. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up in the state. The security forces are keeping a keen vigil on the situation. Now we go over live to our correspondent Sushil Tiwari in Ayodhya. Sushil, how is the atmosphere following the Supreme Court verdict?
Well, Gurumana, I am at the ground zero of the whole issue. Situation in Ayodhya is calm and there are no reports of any untoward incident. We spoke to the DM and SP of Ayodhya who are continuously moving in the city to take stock of the situation. They said that police is keeping an eye on every nook and corner. Nobody is allowed to celebrate or take out procession. Situation is quite under control. Gurumana.
And Sushil, how are the people reacting to the judgment?
Well, Gurumana, I spoke to many local people, including priests, shopkeepers and students. They all are quite happy with the decision and expressed their satisfaction that the centuries-old issue is now resolved. Everyone was talking about living in harmony with people of other communities, and they hope that now there will also be development of Ayodhya and the city will not be associated with any dispute. Gurumana?
Thank you, Sushil, for the update. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated the integrated checkpost, the ICP, of the Kartarpur corridor at Dera Baba Nanak in Gurdaspur in Punjab. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister said the opening of the Kartarpur corridor and ICP would bring double happiness. He said it will be easy to pay obeisance at Darbar Sahib Gurdwara after the opening of the Kartarpur corridor. The Prime Minister also thanked his Pakistani counterpart, Imran Khan, for understanding India's sentiment.
पाकिस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान इमरान खान जी का भी धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने करतारपुर कॉरिडोर के विषय में भारत की भावनाओं को समझा, सम्मान दिया और उसी भावना के अनुरूप कार्य किया.
Mr. Modi said Guru Nanak Dev Ji is revered and is an inspiration for all mankind.
गुरु नानक देव जी सिर्फ भारत की ही धरोहर नहीं बल्कि पूरी मानवता के लिए प्रेरणा पुंज है. गुरु नानक देव एक गुरु होने के साथ साथ एक विचार है, जीवन का आधार है.
The inauguration of the ICP will facilitate Indian pilgrims to visit Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib in Pakistan. India signed the agreement with Pakistan on the 24th of last month on the modalities for operationalization of the Kartarpur Sahib corridor at 0 point on the international boundary at Dera Baba Nanak. Earlier in the day, the Prime Minister paid obeisance at Ber Sahib Gurdwara in Sultanpur Lodi. Ber Sahib Gurdwara is the place where Guru Nanak Dev Ji spent 14 years of his life and got enlightenment. He gave the message of humanity and universal brotherhood from this holy place. The Union Cabinet had passed a resolution in November last year to celebrate the historic occasion of the 550th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji in a grand and befitting manner throughout the country and across the globe. The first Jatha of Sikh pilgrims entered Pakistan through the Kartarpur corridor. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the first batch of over 500 Indian pilgrims led by Akal Takht Jathedar Gyani Harpreet Singh to Gurdwara Darbar Sahib through the corridor. Cyclone Bulbul has intensified into a severe cyclonic storm, causing heavy rain in the coastal districts of Odisha and West Bengal. The storm lay centered around 98 kilometers east-northeast of Paradip and 137 kilometers south-southwest of Sagar Island in West Bengal this morning. The system has been moving north-northwards with a speed of 15 kilometers per hour during the last 6 hours. The Met Department has said that the storm is very likely to weaken gradually and cross West Bengal and Bangladesh by midnight tonight. In Odisha, the Met Department warned of heavy rain in the districts of Kendrapara, Jagatsinghpur, Bhadrak and Baleswar districts during the next 6 hours. Over 2,000 people in different parts of Jagatsinghpur and Baleswar districts were evacuated to safer places as a precautionary measure by the state government. The West Bengal government is working on a war footing to minimize the impact of super cyclonic storm Bulbul, which is likely to hit the state tonight. More from our correspondent.
The coastal districts of the state and adjoining areas, including Kolkata, are experiencing rains since yesterday. Disaster Management Department, teams of NDRF Coast Guard have been kept ready to meet any eventualities. Tourists at seasides at Digha, Mandarmoni, Bokkali have been advised not to go into the sea for water sports or bathing. A special control room has been opened at the State Secretariat to monitor the situation. Arijit Chakraborty, AIR News, Kolkata.
Uttarakhand is celebrating its Foundation Day today. Police parade, marathons and cultural programs are being organized across the 13 districts of the state. Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat flagged off a cultural procession in the state capital. The hill state of Uttarakhand, as it is known today, was carved out of Uttar Pradesh on the 9th of November 2000 under the BJP government after a long-drawn agitation. President Ramnath Kovind has extended his greetings and good wishes to the people of Uttarakhand on their statehood day. The United States wants the United Nations to take up the Dalai Lama's succession issue to stop China from handpicking his successor. An envoy said this after meeting with the Tibetan spiritual leader. U.S. Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, Sam Brownback, said he spoke at length about the succession issue with the 84-year-old Dalai Lama last week at Dharamshala in India. Mr. Brownback said he told the Dalai Lama that the United States would seek to build global support for the principle that the choice of the next spiritual chief belongs to Tibetan Buddhists and not the Chinese government. In Hong Kong, 7 pro-democracy lawmakers have been detained today. A police statement said all of them will appear in court on Monday. Lawmakers told a news conference in Hong Kong that their colleagues are expected to be charged with obstructing the local assembly during a raucous May 11 meeting over a now-shelved China extradition bill. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court delivers unanimous verdict on Ayodhya issue, handing over disputed land to a trust to be formed by the Centre for Temple Construction. Sunni Waqf Board to be given 5 acres of alternate land. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the decision will strengthen people's faith in the judicial process. Integrated checkpost of Kartarpur corridor inaugurated by the Prime Minister at Dera Baba Nanak in Punjab. And coastal districts of Odisha and West Bengal battered by heavy rain due to Cyclone Bulbul. For details of these stories and more, visit News on AIR app and log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the midday news.